Yo, what is good, my people? It's your boy, Denzel FX. We're back again today. We're going to do a recap on GER30. But first and foremost, my people, Happy New Year. Let's smash this new year, catch all the pips, catch all the points, and keep it moving. I'm going to show you two screenshots of two sick entries we got here on GER30, as you can see. Then from there, we're going to break down the trade and exactly what we've seen and all this and all that. So without further ado, let's attack this thing. So as you can see here, this is just the power of turning a simple naked chart into a masterpiece. So one of the first things we had noticed from the previous video, if you guys had watched that, if you haven't, watch it now so you can see exactly how we actually found this entry over here. So basically, first things first, we need to identify our zones. So the zones we had identified would have been this very low over here. And we turn that into a green line, as you can see, to indicate that is our support level. And then our resistance level, which price is now approaching, we turn that to a red line, like so. So as you can see here, price is actually ranging. So we were in a nice uptrend. Once we entered this zone, we were just literally in a trend. This was a false break, came down, and as you can see, that is what was happening at that moment in time. So just understanding that from a clear naked chart point of view, we're just drawing two horizontal lines. It's very clear to see we are in a ranging market. So it's simple to say that if we ever see price approach this level over here, we'll just turn that into a nice round number. When we see price actually approach that level, we do know there could be some possibilities to actually buy the market up to the next point of resistance, which will be right over here, as you can see. So in this particular trade, we actually managed to catch two nice positions. And what we had done, we just head over to the line chart to see this more clearly and see what's actually happening with alongside our price action. So it's clear to see that price was, also in a little bit of a range over here. So price had broken out of that range. As you can see, it broke out, it started to move correctively to the downside. So from this point here, we pull our trigger. But on top of that, just looking at it here, we did understand there would have been a few order blocks around this level here. Anything between this high and this low, there could have been order blocks, especially around the bottom side here. So the minute we see price actually respect this zone here, get out the order block, starts pushing up, it closed with a nice wick like so. So everything here was completed in terms of the bearish market being complete. So now here's where we got our nice little first entry just based on order blocks and based on our entries on the fib levels. As you can see, from low to high, it sniped it right there to 78.60. So the next thing we do now is we look for more scaling opportunities so we can actually see exactly what is happening so we can catch more entries. In this situation, I actually only managed to catch two entries, which isn't too bad. It is what it is. So we jump into the 4-hour time frame and just see exactly what I was seeing on the market right there and then. So previously we had a clear downtrend like so. So price had, it tapped this zone, well, it tapped the trend line 3 times, as you can see. This is our first touch of the trend line, second touch, and we all know what happens on the third touch, the probabilities of price pushing either to the upside or to the downside, depending on your bias, completes it. So we had our first touch, second touch, third touch, price came to the downside on the daily. This was it here. We caught our entry impulse correction to this zone with a nice institutional candle over here. So we caught that buy here, boom, riding it up here to the upside. Didn't reach our price at the moment, so I just closed all my entries, just left it at that. It's better to close in profit than close with nothing, right? So yeah, that's that over here. So now we kind of just scale in a little bit, identify the trend, and once the trend is identified, you will be able to actually find some more entries on whatever pair you are looking at. So at this moment in time, None of this here had actually occurred. So what we had was simply something like so. Was it clean on the 4 hour? No. Was it the 2 hour that we might be looking at? Not so yeah, it was a 1 hour time frame as you can see. So we had something just as simple as this little uptrend over here. So our entry on the daily, we caught it somewhere here. Price started to correct to the upside, well, impulse and correct to the upside. So from there, we just draw our trend line to actually give us the guide of where the market was heading, which is clear to see it was heading up to this 16,000 region. So yeah, our first entry we copped it here. On top of that, next thing we see price had actually broken our trend line. As you can see, it broke our trend line. And then it came back to retest the last kiss, is what we like to call it, like so. It came back to retest that last kiss, boom. So we had the impulse correction. So on the lower time frame, I did take this trend, simple as. What I'd like to see here, it was something like this. As you can see, price at impulse broke back, retest that level, shot to the upside. We drew the fib to find our zone. And as you can see, our zone hit our nice entry golden zone, bang. Price then shot up to the upside. So this here was just one of those other positions I would take once I see price already heading into my take profit, just scaling in based on what I'm seeing on the daily, on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. So everything was lining in nice and perfectly there. So we'll just jump back to the daily. So initially on the daily, the original trade I had was something like this. Price was then pushing up. My take profit was here, the 16,000 level. This was my take profit. My stop loss wasn't actually that big, so it was a little bit like this. So this was actually a 1 to 7, but I closed it early around here for a nice 1 to 6.9, basically a 1 to 7 again. Then on the hour time frame, second entry that was copped was literally over here, like so. Then here we are, we caught it here. Stop loss didn't even have to be that big. Stop loss was literally just below the wick over here. Then we rode it to somewhere around here, I believe. As you can see, this is a 1 to 7. Yup, looks like it, 1 to 7. So from there, we literally copped two sick ass entries, as you can see, my people. On the daily, we caught that first entry, like so, which is such a beauty. I won't even lie to you. Beauty, first entry, second entry, boom. So this is just showing you the power of actually being able to scale in on a winning position that's already running in profit, so you can actually scale in a little bit more and capitalize off that trade and get some more profits. So this was literally a setup here that I had forecasted in my previous video. So I'm just showing you now that we're actually able to go ahead and take that entry that we had looked previously before that. And literally, if I'm just looking at this, you can clearly see there was actually an order block just down here on the 4 hour time frame. Simple as that, as you can see. So now will be interesting to see what happens next. Like GER30 was closed the last couple of days, so we may see price respect this level once more, come over here, catch all the selling orders to then push to the downside. So this is my next potential setup that I will be looking to enter on GER30. If that doesn't happen, well, it's simple to say that I will then be looking to see whatever happens next. So this is the impulse, this is a clear impulse, this is the correction. So I'll be looking for another impulse to the downside, maybe retest this level to move correctly to this level again. I'll catch an entry from here, then just write it down to the final take profit. So yeah, my people, this was literally just a quick video just to show you the entries that I had taken on GER30, and I hope a lot of people actually took these trades. So yeah, from the previous videos, as you can see, this was forecasted nicely. So what I'm going to say for now, my people, we're going to leave it at that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We have a cheeky banger of a video coming out at the end of this week. This is a video you do not want to miss. It's going to show you a few things that you can take on board when you are trading small accounts. So yeah, my people, I'll leave it at that. Let there be peace in the Middle East, and let my brothers and sisters be safe.